right, good morning. It is Wednesday, January 27th. We are in a very interesting energy sandwich, or maybe I should call it an energy on-ramp. That's going to be quite the little ride. So we're going to talk about that this morning with the full moon in Leo. And we're also going to talk about why you may not feel super fired up right now. So we've got two things on deck and then some random stuff. And I am going to pull a card from Fairy Forest. And so if you see me about to leave and I haven't done that, please say something. If you see something, say something. You know what I mean? Because I do want to do that for you guys today in this full moon energy. So full moon in Leo is tomorrow, okay? And this is big, fiery, expansive energy, but here is also what happens. So we're going to have this big, fiery, proud lion energy, full moon coming in Aquarius season in the first month of 2021, which has been incredibly momentous in ways that we are not yet seeing because we're in it. But when you look back in retrospect, as one does at the month of January, I feel very strongly that we're going to look back and see this as a pivotal time period in the movement into New Earth energy. So, all that, right? But we're having this big, big, big full moon, and then guess what happens? Whoa, Mercury goes retrograde. And that is a very different speed than this full moon is. And so it's going to feel, and we're already kind of feeling what that is. It's already going to feel kind of like you're going really, really fast and you think you're heading like in this direction. You're like, I see it, I see where I'm going. And then all of a sudden the road is just going to kind of turn into like a quicksand muck and you're not going to be able to go fast. Okay. And perhaps quicksand is a bad metaphor because it's not going to pull you under and kill you. But what it is going to do is prevent you from racing. And this is important because we are going to learn some things with this full moon about ourselves, about what we actually want, about what we may or may not have released last year that we said we did, but has somehow come back around. We're going to do all of that. We're going to get big, expansive thoughts and feel like we need to implement them immediately. But Mercury retrograde is going to pop in and say, just hold on, hold that thought for like 30 days. So we're going to have to sit for 30 days or so in this interesting integration period. And depending on your personality, that might be very delightful for you. If you have any fire sign in you, that's going to feel real annoying and you might get pissy. But just know that it's no good to receive all of these energetic upgrades and do all of this work if you also don't have an equal time of integration. If you don't take time to integrate, you're not integrated. You're just kind of bopping around with all this energy that hasn't made its way where it needs to go within you, and it hasn't helped you to level into the places you need to level up into. So integration is important, just like rest is important. But, we don't really like to do that either, right? We feel guilty about it. We always have to be productive and doing and outputting. And this interesting astrological event is going to invite us forcefully to knock that off and to start to understand that for every period of go, 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 there is going to be a period of no, 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 no. It's just going to be the way it is. And if you don't honor that, you are just making your life harder. So trust, we've been through these cycles before. A lot of us have been through it together in the past couple years. And we know that these things move. We know that retrogrades are there to teach us things. We know that slowing down does not mean losing ground. And that's really what I want to impress upon you, because in our society up until this point, we have really had it drilled into us that, if you slow down and you rest and you are not on top of your game all the freaking time and creating, outputting, cranking away, you're going to get left behind. It isn't a race. The race is an illusion. And we've been in this illusion for so long that it's just become kind of part of who we are. And it's like deeply embedded in ourselves. That is why it is so important to take the time to integrate these upgrades so that we can start to remove those programs from our systems and not feel that pressing need to perform like we're in a circus. We're not. We're here to live. Live. And part of living includes resting. It includes thinking about what you actually want and then doing that. It's about choosing your path, choosing the things around you, choosing the energy that you want around you, choosing your lifestyle. We go too fast. And when you go that fast, you are not making decisions based off of what you actually want. You're making decisions off of what is closest to you and what is within reach. And that's no longer necessary, because everything is within reach when you remember that you are a galactic being yourself. It changes the game, right? So I would remind you, as we move into this big fiery Leo full moon, that this is the kind of fire that believes in itself. This isn't a ragey, passionate fire. This isn't a pop-off type of fire. This is the kind of fire that happens when you walk into the room and you believe in yourself. That is healed Leo energy. You walk in and you are the queen or the king of the castle. And that means you are not in your ego. You're in your power. You command energy and attention. And you then use that energy to create your kingdom around you. And we are all part of this. We all have Leo in us. We all have all the signs in us. We're not devoid of all the signs. We just lean heavily in different areas. So just remember, somewhere inside of you is Leo energy. And that is what is going to be tapped into for this full moon. And that's wonderful. And then Mercury retrograde is going to come and slow you the hell down, and it's going to be annoying. I'm already feeling annoyed by it because that's very not what I like to do. As you've noticed, I like to go and make things, and I don't wait on anything. But I am really feeling so strongly right now that it is so important to heed that feeling of slowing down and letting things integrate, because we've got so much ahead of us. Consider, my friends, consider, this is just January. It is the 27th day of this year. And, you could write a novel on all of the things that have happened so far. So slowing down is going to be really important. For those of you who haven't heard my Mercury retrograde speech, I'm just going to give you a small one. We have really, since I've been around, spoken unfavorably of retrogrades, and especially Mercury retrograde, because it tends to frazzle the systems electronically, and then it's not a good time to sign documents or make commitments, and all of the things, yada, yada, yada. It's really important to remember that all of these planetary alignments, astrology in general, is here to support your journey. It's not here to fuck you up. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it's not trying to ruin your life and wreck your plans and, make you lose all your documents or tell you not to do things. It's just saying it's the time of the cycle to slow down and look at things a little more carefully and to allow integration. And that is all. And if you start looking at it that way, you're not going to have such a bad attitude going into it and create problems for yourself. Because that's the other thing I want to talk about today. we always talk about manifesting, right? We talk about it all the time. Manifest, manifest, manifest. And I just want to remind you guys that you're not just manifesting at the moon cycles when we have a call. You're manifesting every day, like every day. So what you think about predominantly throughout your day is the energy signature you're throwing out there, okay? So you know how we've all met those people who, you know, God bless them, they're just complaining about something all the time, and usually like one specific thing. I have had people in my life who are very like, this is my thing I complain about, and I complain about it habitually because it always happens to me. And you know, back in the day when we didn't know about the law of attraction, we didn't understand manifesting, we didn't understand the power of our words, that seemed logical, right? Because, you know, these bad things continue to happen to this person, and so of course they're complaining about it because it just never stops. It's a cycle of self-fulfilling prophecy. You will not get out of that cycle unless you change your behavior, because the world does not change its behavior to then affect your behavior and then you change. That's just like really messy and not the way it works. It's stepping out of your stubbornness and making a change that shifts the energy and that makes everything change around you. And that is what we are doing now. So check in with your thoughts. What are you thinking about all the time? Are you really heavily leaning in some sort of anxiety, panic about vaccination? And I say that because a lot of people are right now. If you are doing that, just remind yourself of what you're putting out there. Is that what you want? Do you want to have that kind of an energy floating around and everybody else catching it and getting that as well? It's an energetic virus when you do that, right? So think about what you actually want and use that instead. And I know that can be difficult sometimes because we are human and we have the feels. And it's not to say you need to not have your feelings. It's not to say that you need to always be positive and Pollyanna, you know, the shit out of your life. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you are manifesting every single day. So if all you think about, if 75% of your thoughts on a daily basis are something bad is about to happen to you, my friends, do not be surprised if that happens, because you are that powerful. On the flip side, if 75% of your thoughts in a day are, you know what, this ain't so bad, things come to me. It comes to me. Yeah, that didn't work out, but it's gonna come to me. Don't be surprised if it comes to you. I don't know if it can help but come to you. You have such a good attitude, it kind of wants to be around you. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that, because I'm really picking up a lot of crazy energy these days, and it's fine. You know, I am a water sign, so I'm trying not to let it make me crazy. But if you think I have not been in bed the past 2 days, you are wrong. I have 100% been benched, and I've been in bed, because the energy is that insane, the upgrades are that insane, and I have finally held my 37th year of life, learned that when I'm told to go to bed, I just need to go to bed. And then I feel better. So I'm good today because I've been listening to advice that I would not have listened to before. But I just want to tell you that the energy is insane, and we are contributing to this with our thoughts. Please be considerate with your thoughts. Please understand your power. Please step into your power and start actively creating, not just at the moon calls, okay? Because the moon calls are kind of like your shining light and beacon, right? It's like we shine the light on exactly what we want to be manifesting in more of a big picture way. And we collectively bring our energies together to generate that. That's something that we as humans do in such an amazing, magical, instinctual way. It's perfect. When we uplift each other's energy in that way, we can really hone in and make sure that everything we are manifesting and everything our friends are manifesting happens. It really works. But that's 2 times a month, in between the full moon and the new moon. It is up to us to continue that momentum. And that means drawing upon that energy in little ways every day to remind yourself of what you actually want to see in your life. And remind yourself that what you're wanting to see in your life may not even exist yet, but that doesn't mean you can't have it. Hold that high note. Because whatever vibration you decide to embody in your life, it will find you. You will attract it. We're not in a place anymore where we have to go chase things. You don't chase things anymore. You don't go grab them and wrestle them to the ground and say, you belong to me now. That is super aggressive. It is very old earth, okay? Instead, we stay rooted and grounded and we say, this is what I want. And it feels like this. And I'm gonna walk around with my beautiful self, and I'm gonna feel that energy as much as I want to, even if sometimes it feels like I'm being a little over the top, but you embody that energy. And then you can laugh about it when you have it around you all the time, right? What's to lose there? So as you can tell, I'm feeling it today. And also, there's something else I wanted to tell you guys about that. Yeah, it's gone. It'll come back another time. But cliff notes on this one. Just remember, your energy is really powerful. Thoughts are really powerful. Your words are spells. Okay? So be mindful. And when you find yourself getting into one of those circular places where you're continually thinking about something bad that might happen, what if something good happened? Just interrupt yourself. Think about something else. Go watch Bridgerton. I don't know. Do something that takes you into a different zone, because you don't actually need to be in that loop, even though it feels like you kind of do. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Rose. And Rose is like, I hear her winding down and it's time to pull a card. All right, here we go. You ready? All right. Let me take a sip of this too. I shouldn't have. Thank you, Jean. I got it. I got you. All right, and I will pull this card and you will be able to find a picture of the description in the Restoration Facebook group. Also, if you would like to join our full moon call tomorrow, I'm really excited about it, and I hope lots of people join because it makes me so energetic and excited when you do. That is tomorrow, which is Thursday, not Monday, at 6 p.m. And you can click the link down there if you would like to join us. And if you can't join live, it's no problem. It is sent to your inbox. Oh, this one's coming. Ooh. Ooh. This card looks like somebody I know. All right, I'm not leaving, but I do believe that the book is in front of my computer. I think. Where is it? No, it's not. I found it. I'm back. Okay. All right, so it's number 20. Here you go, Instagram. It's the Unseelie Queen. Take a look at her. I mean, could she be more Leo energy? Look at that, you guys. She couldn't be. She's so super Leo. I love it. All right, let's see what she's got to say. I feel like this is gonna be good. Ah, the words can cut so deep, and those in power can be cruel. They have resources and display their status with pride. They seem to lack all compassion and to care only for how they appear and how much they can control others. Because of their glamour, their wealth, their pride, they seem to hold all the power in this situation. Therefore, at this time, your self-esteem may have been substantially damaged. There may be harsh words being spoken about or to you, and slowly, over time, the toxic moments have woven together and cast a cloak of bitterness over your once hopeful heart. You feel wounded, resentful, and helpless. You may fear that if you confront this, you will be harmed, hurt, disempowered, blamed, or weakened. But you must honor your own point of view, value your side of the story, and take necessary steps to protect yourself. You can prevail as long as you approach the situation with the belief that you utterly deserve respect and self-love. The unseelie queen is invested in how things look. She can manipulate public opinion and make others feel very insecure and unstable. Take this card to mean that you have a great challenge ahead of you to restore your own self-love, to become less vulnerable by those who seek to hurt and distort, to unapologetically present your case. You are a good person. You are strong too. Do not let yourself be harmed any longer. You may need to consider leaving an abusive relationship, be open to counseling from a trusted professional, and work on rebuilding your own confidence to where it once was, shining and true. You can do this and return from the abyss where you dwell now. Now, I have a few things to say about this card. First of all, unseelie queen feels very much like collective energy. It's been a really intense month for government type things. I'll just leave it at that. Unseelie queen feels very much like that energy. And this card is asking us to remember ourselves. I posted something yesterday that seemed to resonate with a lot of you about shifting behaviors, and before you respond to anything, taking a moment and reminding yourself that you love you. This is, I feel, a small little exercise that can have a huge impact on the way that you navigate your life. Because the only way the unseelie queen can have power or dominion over you is if you don't love yourself enough to stand in your sovereignty. When you act from a place of self-love, you are not destructive, you are not unkind, you are not able to create that kind of chaos, because when one loves themselves, that love expresses and vibrates away from them and creates more love, okay? So in is where we need to go, in. And I will remind you that collectively, this is just the beginning. So I'm here to remind you of this 3 times a week and sometimes more, because we're gonna need it, right? I need it. It's gonna be a long year, but it's the kind of long year that has moments of complete shining golden glory as well. You are allowed to be in this year of insanity and also have a year of peace and joy and hope and moments that are beautiful and lovely to you. You can do all of those things. It doesn't have to be one way or the other if you don't want it to. So stay in your sovereignty. Remember that you loving yourself is going to move you through this. And just a quick reminder, big Leo energy coming through tomorrow, already feeling it, and then we slow down. So don't be freaked out when the weekend comes, or Monday-ish comes, and it's like, whoop, time to slow down and think about things. It'll be okay, and I will be here to talk you through that as well. I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday. I hope to see tons of you tomorrow for the moon call. I love you, drink your water. And if this has been helpful for you, if you're enjoying the podcast or the live streams or the YouTube, please share, tell your friends. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and follow.